Hello there, friends and followers, and welcome to this X-Plane 11 video. We are currently situated at Meadows Field in Bakersfield, California, in the United States of America. And today we are going to be conducting a full review of the recently released Nimbus BN-2B Islander. Nimbus Simulations has without a doubt created a fairly authentic 3D model of the actual BN-2B Islander. As you can see here, a quite detailed model. The application of PBR is a bit exaggerated in my view, but a lot of attention to detail, which makes this model a highly authentic model. The overall texturing is quite superb on this aircraft. The 3D modeling is done quite well as well in terms of the dimensions, the curvatures, the reflections of the windows. In terms of the 3D modeling and the texture work for the exterior, I think Nimbus has done a reasonably good job in reproducing an authentic representation of the BN-2B Islander. Again, you can see some more details here on the windshield. The landing gear area is quite detailed. The props here look pretty good. Reflective material is done well on the props. Just the only thing is, I think the application of PBR is a bit exaggerated on the exterior model. And you can see this in certain angles, so not really a big deal, doesn't really take away anything from the aircraft in my view, but just worthwhile mentioning. In terms of the interior 3D modeling and the texture work, without a doubt Nimbus has created a high quality virtual cockpit, though I must say that it is not a 100% authentic replica of what the real aircraft looks in real life. The BN-2B Islander has many configurations when it comes to the interior and the actual cockpit, but I was not able to see anything exactly like this aircraft or in this specific configuration. And I've taken a look at a lot of footage of the aircraft. If anyone has something that is similar to what we see here, please do send me the link so that I can review it. But it is, I think, in my view, a reasonable representation of what I have seen. The colors are spot on of the panel. The instruments are in the right place. It's just that I was not able to exactly see this configuration based on the footage that I have reviewed before making this video. The passenger cabin with passengers is fully modeled here, and as you can see, those switches are clickable, and you've got your passengers here. For those of you who like passenger cabins, there is one that is fully modeled, and it looks pretty good in my view. The texture work is done quite well. I'm not really, that concerned about, the passenger cabin, but there is definitely one there, and it's made pretty well in my view. So overall, in terms of the interior 3D modeling and the texture work, I think Nimbus has done a reasonably good job in representing what the real aircraft looks like, but it is not 100%. Overall, in terms of the 3D modeling and the texture work, I give this aircraft an 8.5 out of 10. Nimbus Simulations has built a control panel to accompany this BN-2B Islander, and it is located here at the lower left side of your screen. By clicking on the very first icon, this is the checklist. It goes from pre-flight to after landing and stopping the engines, after stopping your engines. So all phases of flight, the checklists are there, which is pretty good. Now the aircraft does come with a manual. It is not a very detailed manual in my view, but in my experience in flight simming, people don't actually read the manual. There are very few people that actually consult the manual, and so in that respect, I think the manual offers, sufficient information for you to operate the aircraft. The maintenance So the maintenance is something I like in this aircraft. It's not very complex. It's not study level by any means, but it gives you a little bit of immersion there for when you fly this aircraft. You can definitely wear and tear the tires, the brake pads, as well as the alternator, filter, oil, and engine. And you can always select always like new option so that the aircraft would never wear and tear, or you could leave this option unticked and watch the aircraft wear and tear with time. And in order for you to perform maintenance on any parts, you simply click here and it will, take it to 100%. The performance data is also supplied within the control panel, where you can look at all the performance data required for you to operate this aircraft. Please do note that this information is intended for simulation use only. The weight and balance is where you go to configure your BN2B Islander. And I like the fact that everything is visual, so you are able to add fuel to the aircraft tanks. You can visually add and remove your passengers. You can also toggle the pilot and passenger visibility by clicking on these boxes here, and you can switch between metric and imperial units by clicking here to switch between kilograms and pounds. The doors and accessories is also part of the control panel, where you can toggle all of the static elements. You can open the doors, close the doors. So let me just move this here. As you can see now, we have the doors open. So you can toggle all the doors and the static elements from the doors and accessories window. And last but not least, there is a small little icon here which gives you a visual representation of the flight yoke, as you can see here, and the throttle as well. I'm not exactly sure what the function, what function does this serve. Perhaps when you are in external view, this comes in handy. But other than that, really, I don't really see, a useful function of this particular item here. But yeah, I mean, if you are in external view, it could help. Other than that, I don't really see a good purpose for having it. This is it for the control panel, and the time has now come for us to take this aircraft for a short flight around Meadows Field here in Bakersfield, California. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get things started here, and let's take it for a short spin. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the fuel tank here. All right, and we are going to head over to the battery. So the battery is on. Left and right generators are on. External supply here is on. And the beacon and nav lights are on as well. And what we're going to do is we are going to put the mixture on full rich, and we're going to turn on the fuel pumps, and we're just going to prime this aircraft, and then we're going to leave it here, and let's go ahead and start the engines. Magnetos on the right, and we have a good start. And now magnetos, the left magnetos, and we have a good start on the left engine. All right, we are good to go now, and that's a little too much, I think. All right, let's see here. We'll leave it at about 1,000 RPM or so, and we are good to go now. All right, let's turn on our avionics, and we will go ahead and turn on the TCAS, and we'll put it on the on position. And all our navigational equipment now are turned on. The circuit breakers, by the way, are not modeled in this aircraft, so they are just here for graphical representation, but they are not modeled. One more thing before we taxi to the runway, there is a headset here which you can put on to quiet the sounds down, but I'm going to leave it off so that you can listen to the engine sounds as we taxi and depart Bakersfield. All right, we are good to go, and let's see here. Parking brake is released. I am, by the way, using XP Realistic, and it took me some time to figure out, the sweet spot for this aircraft. But I finally got it. Alright, we are ready to go. Landing lights are on, and everything else is looking good. We are going to depart at about 64 knots. Alright, we're good to go. Listen to those engine sounds. Beautiful. Alright, we're coming up to 60 and rotate. Flies pretty nice. The sounds are really, really nice. The engine sounds, that is. By the way, the switches on this aircraft are not all that great. They're all the same. But, they do the job. Yeah, I'm not too concerned really about the sound of the switches, but they are all identical. Right, we're going to maintain about 1,500 feet. Tell you, the aircraft is actually pretty fluid, and you do feel you do feel that it's a fixed-wing aircraft. There's a special feel to it, really, in terms of the way it handles up in the air. All right, let's ease off here on the throttle a bit. Alright, let's begin a left turn. We're just going to circle the airport and head back and land. Tell you guys, I really like the way this aircraft handles up in the air, and let's go ahead and idle the power. And let's see if we get the stall warning. There we go. Yeah. Alright, we're going to maintain about 1,500 feet or so. I'm not sure about that vibration in the back there, if that's, accurate or not. But maybe somebody who is more experienced can let us know if this is realistic behavior or not. Alright, let's see where we are. So the airport is right behind us now. We're going to make a turn and head back to the airport. Alright, that's the airport, and we're gonna now head back and land the aircraft. Mixture on full bridge. Right, flaps are full, and we're gonna land at about 64 knots or so. What a joy to fly this aircraft. All right, here we go. Touchdown. And welcome back to Meadows Field in Bakersfield. Lovely aircraft altogether. There's one more thing I want to show you. This is what the Nimbus BN2B Islander lighting looks like during nighttime. I wanted to show you guys this so that you get a a full picture of what this aircraft looks like during nighttime as well. And this is the exterior view during nighttime as well. My final remarks on the BN2B Islander by Nimbus is that it's a very well-made aircraft in terms of the 3D modeling, the texturing. It is not, the interior though, or the 3D cockpit is not an exact authentic replica of the real aircraft. It is definitely a lot of fun to fly, very immersive aircraft. Engine sounds are absolutely gorgeous. I give it a final rating of 8.5 out of 10. Well folks, this is what I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and found it useful and insightful. Until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.